Your stories don't define you, but how you tell them will. Hi, I'm Sarah Elkins, your host and chief story maker at Elkins Consulting. You may hear that I'm a little bit out of breath as I'm recording this. I'm out hiking and thinking and felt compelled to share my thoughts right now. It's the morning of December 14th. The first thing I woke up to was a note from my friend who had been celebrating his daughter's wedding nearby when two gunmen opened fire on a group of a couple thousand Jews celebrating Hanukkah at Bondi Beach. At least 11 people are dead. And I can't fathom how this is okay in the year 2025. Why haven't we evolved further than to allow the murder of innocents? So what do I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed? I go for a hike. The first thing I noticed before I left was a note from my friend on LinkedIn, sharing a story about how she had been at a market purchasing applesauce and was explaining to the vendor why she had potatoes, onions, and she was buying applesauce also from the market to make latkes and celebrate Hanukkah with her family. And she shared this story with me because she was using some of what I talk about, sharing stories to connect with people, to reduce loneliness and division, one relationship at a time. With that in my heart, I came up onto the mountain. There were moments where I would stop and just simply touch a tree and feel grounded by the nature. And a melancholy song came into my head. It's a Hebrew song. Eli, Eli, shelo yigamer leolam, hachol ve'hayam, rish rush shel hamayim, berak hashamayim tfilat ha'adam, hachol ve'hayam, rish rush shel hamayim, berak hashamayim tfilat ha'adam. It translates to, "O Lord my God, I pray that these things never end. The sand and the sea, the rush of the water, the crash of the heavens, the prayer of the heart." Sometimes we just need to sit in our melancholy and allow the grief before we know that it's time for us to play a role in reducing this loneliness, hate, and division. And as I hiked, I came across a friend. I don't know what his tribal affiliation, but I've seen him speak on multiple occasions, and he brings humor and light and resilience to all of his talks. And he happened to be sitting on a rock, his puppy playing by his feet. And he told me that he had been singing a song in his native language, a welcome song for the sun. And he was sitting facing the sun, a bright blue sky. His song of celebration was a perfect complement to my song of melancholy. And we sang our songs to each other. There was a moment where I put my hands on the ground next to me so I could feel the earth. And it brought me a sense of peace and comfort, knowing that we are resilient people, that we will come through this, and that we will find love and community as we make the efforts to do so. So here I am hiking some more on the mountain, and I realized I wasn't yet fully grounded. So I stopped at a rock, took off my shoes and socks, and stood on the cold, hard ground. Snow surrounding my feet, and felt connected to the earth. There's a sense of gratitude and awe that I can't help feeling when I stand on this mountain that I have the luxury of calling home. So I'm sending out love as so many on this planet process their grief. And I'm standing here on the mountain, encouraging you to find a place outside where you can stand on grass or dirt in bare feet, even if it's cold, and sense the awe around you. Whatever the weather, we're alive. Whatever the actions taken by others, we're alive to keep the legacy of our loved ones in our hearts and to play a small role in changing this dynamic of hate and loneliness and disconnect by sharing our personal stories. A 30-second story at the grocery store about an ingredient you're buying. A story as you're hiking on the mountain about your dog and how he came to be yours. We must connect with the people around us. And we can resolve this one relationship at a time.
That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile.